So I posted a picture, this picture right here, on one of my Facebook groups, podcast groups. I forget the name of it. Something about being black and podcasting, black podcasters, something like that. I don't know. Whatever the name is, I'm gonna put it on the screen. So I posted it in there, and it was a lot of love. Shout out to the group, and it was a bunch of questions like, hey, what kind of gear you have? And it was a lot of questions about this one particular piece of gear that may surprise you. So stick around for that, and I'm gonna show you what it is. And I think it may change your life like it changed mine. So what I said, instead of going through every single comment and answering every single question, I said, hey, I'll make a video, I'll go through my setup, and I'll briefly, that's the key word, I'll briefly explain what it does and what I use it for. And if you have any questions, or you want me to follow up, or you go into more depth on any given thing, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do a separate video on it. Without further ado, first piece of gear. No surprise here, it's the Rodecaster Pro. I highly suggest that you get the Rodecaster Pro. This thing is what I record out of. This is what I do all my sound out of. This thing is amazing. It's plug and play. The preamps are amazing. The presettings are amazing. You press the buttons, you can input your sounds, you can have your intro music, you can have your voiceovers, you can have whatever, you can have interviews in there, you can have your hot take, whatever you want to put in there. You can put in these pads, and you just hit a pad, boom, 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 and then you sound like a radio, whatever. So, and these are your faders. It's all beautiful. Give them a little bit more sound, whatever. You have 4 XLR ports. Try saying that. You have Bluetooth. You have a hardwire for a phone, and it all goes in the magic of this little micro SD. And it's very simple. When you're ready, you just hit record, boom, boom, and then when you're done, you hit stop, boom, and that's it. That's 100% absolutely it. I do very little post-production on my audio because you can do it all in-house. Rodecaster Pro. Highly recommend it. Next is Procaster mic for my number 1 microphone. Another podcast microphone for another guest. They got to go in something, so this is for the Procaster mic. You screw that in there. This is for the podcast mic, and the bass right here. Can you see that? The bass right here, you put it on a flat surface. I use dinner trays, wide base dinner trays, and I keep it out of the shot, and it looks amazing, no problem. These are the headphones that I use. Nothing real fancy. May know. I don't know. So, but anyway, it's cool. They sound good. They're very plush. It's it's all good. They're headphones. Cloud lifter, 100%. You don't need it. You don't need it. What it does is that it boosts the level of your gain. Your gain is the strength of the power of the signal for your microphone. So the more gain that you have, the lower you can keep the fader, so it keeps the signal cleaner. If you want me to go more into that, just let me know in the comments. And if not, then you get it. So anyway, you plug it in there, and then you take this end, plug it in the microphone, and then you put the microphone on, and then you talk to your heart's content. Cloud lifter. If you can get it at some point, you don't need it. If you have the Shure SMB5, whatever, the pod mic, the industry standard, then I would highly suggest these. I have 2 of these. This is a double, this is a single. Have tons of XLR cables. I like to keep all my audio in one section, so I know where everything is. So for cameras, I have 3 main cameras that I use, 4 if I need it, but mainly I use what you're looking at right now. This is a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro. Great name, Blackmagic. Let's call it the 6K Pro. So I have the 6K Pro, which I'm shooting on right now. I have the 4K, which I absolutely love. And then I have another 4K. So what I like to do is I like to have a tight shot on one person. I have a tight shot on the person that they're talking to. Then I have a wide shot of them both. Yeah, if I need to, if I need a fourth camera for whatever reason, I'll use what serves as my BTS camera, my Canon R6. I'm a photographer as well. So I use my R6, but I can plug this in as well. And I can use this as a fourth if I need it. Lens wise, I use a 50-100, which I highly recommend. Then I use a 100mm 2.8 L series for the other tight shot. That works wonderful. I plug them all into the ATEM Mini Pro. This has 4 outputs. It's wonderful, and it's a switcher. And the way that I monitor it is what everybody's talking about for whatever reason. And what I use is I use this 15-inch monitor. It's actually a portable computer monitor, and it works great. So it has a HDMI port. This is a standard HDMI port to a mini HDMI port. I plug that in, and then that's the best way to monitor it. And once I did that, it changed my life, because before I was monitoring on a 7-inch field monitor. That's not the business. The way I power it, I take a USB-A to a USB-C, and I charge it off this thing right here, which is probably the second most important thing that I have of everything. And this is a Zhiyun portable battery. This is wonderful because it has DTAP, it has USB-A, it has USB-C, and it has a built-in V-mount lock. So when I'm running and gunning and I'm going handheld and stuff like that, this is one of the main things. Especially, I put this on my gimbal, y'all, and this is a conversation for a whole nother time. I actually have 2 of them. I have one sitting on my gimbal, so I can plug that straight up into my camera, and it's all good. So anyway, that's how I power this bad boy right here. And because you have to be as efficient as possible when you're going to and fro, and especially because I do a mobile podcasting service, I take all this stuff on the road and I go service other people. So if you are in the state of Georgia and you don't look like this, you don't do your own show, hit me up. I will be more than happy to talk to you about it, and let's get it happening. But I carry all of that in this stuff. Podcaster, the mics, the cloud lifters, the ATEM Mini, all of that stuff. I put it in here. In the comments, somebody was saying that there's easier ways to do it. I mean, yeah, it 100% is. But this isn't necessarily hard to me. This is one of the best things in my whole kit that changes my life. So this is the Zhiyun Molus X100, and this is the Bowens mount. So I put this on the mount, boom, just like that. Then I put this on the stand, just like that. Twist it. You stick your softbox through here, and then boom, you're rocking and rolling. This is the setup. 100 watts, ladies and gentlemen. This is easily one of the best purchases that I've ever made. If y'all are interested in hearing, because there are some cons to this, but it's well worth it once you get it to where you need it to be. So that's what I use for a light. This is my softbox. I think it's a 38 or something like that. This is the diffusion. You put it on, it's all good. Once again, if you want me to do a detailed breakdown of this stuff and why, then I'll be more than happy to. To be honest with you, really, you can do all of that with an iPhone. You can record a whole show with an iPhone and one of those mics. You really can. So you don't need all of this. Keep in mind that I was a videographer before I was a podcaster. So like I had like 90% of this stuff before. So you know, you don't need all of this stuff, but this is my setup and it works for me right now. If you want me to go over anything that I showed you in more detail, let me know in the comments below. If you got anything that you can see like, oh man, maybe this will work, or oh, I didn't think about that. Specifically the X100. If you can take one thing from this whole kit, it's probably that, because the X100, it is that good. Y'all, I have a podcast, Lunch with the Cool Kids. Wherever you listen to podcasts, go listen to it. I would appreciate it if you made it this far and you want to see more videos like this, and you want to see behind the scenes of me going out and shooting and stuff like that, then let me know in the comments and I'll make those videos for you, because as solo podcasters, we got to stick together. Hey, be sure to hit like, subscribe, leave a comment before you go. And y'all, go change the world. Don't let the world change you.